What if the very first thing you eat each morning is quietly working against you and you've never even noticed it? If you're over 60, breakfast probably feels like the easiest meal of the day. You've been making it the same way for years, maybe decades. But a few common habits at that morning meal can affect your energy, your blood sugar, and even your heart, long before lunchtime rolls around. Today we're going to walk through the number one breakfast mistake so many adults make without realizing it, along with a few smaller ones that often go hand in hand with it. By the end, you'll have simple, practical swaps you can start using tomorrow morning. Let's start with the biggest one, and it's more common than you'd think. Many traditional breakfasts, toast with jam, a bowl of sweetened cereal, a muffin, a pastry, are loaded with refined carbohydrates and added sugar. When you eat these first thing in the morning, especially on an empty stomach, your blood sugar can spike quickly and then crash a couple of hours later. That crash is often what causes the mid-morning tiredness, brain fog, or sudden hunger that sends people reaching for a second cup of coffee or another sugary snack. Research suggests that repeated blood sugar swings like this, especially over years, may be associated with a higher risk of insulin resistance, which is something many adults want to avoid as they age. But that's only part of the story. Here's what surprises most people. It's not that carbohydrates themselves are the enemy, it's that most sugary or refined breakfasts are missing something essential: protein. Protein is what slows down digestion and helps keep your blood sugar steady for hours, not minutes. If your usual breakfast is mostly bread, cereal, or fruit juice with little to no protein, your body burns through that fuel fast. A simple shift, adding eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or even a spoonful of nut butter, can make a real difference in how steady and alert you feel through the morning. Many experts recommend aiming for around 20 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast for older adults, since protein needs tend to increase with age to help support muscle strength and mobility. Now let's talk about something almost nobody thinks about at breakfast: water. After 6 or 7 hours of sleep, your body is naturally a little dehydrated, even if you don't feel thirsty. Jumping straight into coffee without any water first can be tough on your system, since coffee is a mild diuretic and can add to that fluid loss. A simple glass of water before your coffee or tea can support digestion, help your body absorb nutrients from your meal, and may even reduce that jittery, lightheaded feeling some people notice shortly after their first cup. This is such a small change, but it's one dietitians bring up again and again for older adults. Speaking of coffee, here's something else worth knowing. Drinking caffeine on a completely empty stomach can be harder on some people than others, particularly those managing blood pressure or acid reflux. This doesn't mean you need to give up your morning coffee. It simply means pairing it with a bit of food, rather than drinking it first thing before anything else has touched your stomach, may help you feel more comfortable and steady. It's a small adjustment, but for some people, it makes a noticeable difference. Let's move to another habit that flies under the radar: eating too quickly. Many of us grew up rushing through breakfast to get somewhere on time, and that habit sticks around even after the rushing stops. Eating quickly can lead to overeating, since it takes your brain about 20 minutes to register that you're full. It can also affect digestion, leading to bloating or discomfort later in the day. Something as simple as sitting down, putting your fork between bites, and giving yourself even 10 extra minutes can support better digestion and may help you feel satisfied with less food. What happens next is something many adults don't expect. Skipping breakfast altogether has become popular in recent years, largely because of interest in intermittent fasting. For some adults, this approach can work well, but for others over 60, especially those managing blood sugar concerns or taking certain medications, skipping meals can lead to low energy, irritability, or blood sugar swings that feel worse than simply eating a light, balanced breakfast. If you're considering any kind of fasting approach, it's worth having that conversation with your doctor first, since what works for a 35-year-old isn't automatically the right fit for someone decades older. Let's talk about sodium for a moment. Since breakfast is often where a lot of hidden salt sneaks in, Bacon, sausage, deli ham, and even some breakfast cereals or breads can carry more sodium than people expect. Over time, a high sodium diet is associated with higher blood pressure in many adults, which is why heart health guidelines so often mention breakfast choices specifically. This doesn't mean bacon is off the table forever. It simply means balancing it with lower sodium choices throughout the rest of the day, or enjoying it a little less often, can support long-term heart health. Here's another piece that's easy to overlook: fiber. A breakfast built around white bread, white rice cereal, or pastries tends to be low in fiber, and fiber plays a bigger role than most people realize. It supports digestion, helps you feel full longer, and may help manage cholesterol levels. Something as simple as swapping white toast for whole grain, adding a handful of berries, or stirring a spoonful of chia or flax seeds into yogurt can boost your fiber intake without changing your whole routine. If you've noticed one or two of these habits in your own morning routine, you're definitely not alone. So let us know in the comments which one surprised you the most. The real reason all of this matters comes down to how connected your morning meal is to the rest of your day. A breakfast with steady protein, a bit of fiber, enough water, and reasonable sodium doesn't just affect your energy for the next few hours. Over months and years, these small daily choices are part of the bigger picture of heart health, blood sugar stability, and how well your body ages. None of this requires a complete overhaul of how you eat. It's really about small, thoughtful swaps. So let's bring it all together. If there's one habit to start with tomorrow morning, let it be this: add a source of protein to your breakfast and drink a glass of water before your coffee. Those two small changes alone can support steadier energy and may help protect your heart and blood sugar over time. From there, you can gradually work in more fiber, a bit less sodium, and a slower, more relaxed pace at the table. Small changes, done consistently, tend to matter far more than big changes done for a week and then forgotten. Your breakfast doesn't need to be complicated to support a healthier, more energetic you. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest healthy aging tips. Here's to a stronger, steadier start to your mornings, one small habit at a time.